Hi, this is Veronica, and I want to know how many Barbadoses are there? What rules are for blacks and what rules are for white people? Do you remember Ronald Anthony Chesterfield Dean? Well, let me remind you, he was a black man who was caught picking up bottles, empty bottles at the Oval, and he went to your prison for 6 months. Your rules and your laws and your regulations sent him to prison for 6 months for picking up bottles, empty bottles. I remember people going to prison for stealing bread, like $5 worth of bread because they're hungry. You put people in prison just because they're hungry and they may steal a little bit of money of food. Remember recently I told you that Joe Jordan was in prison? And that was not the first time that they put him in prison for trespassing on his own land. For trespassing on his own land that he believes he owns. That is why he was put in prison. No bail. Well, he's out now, so there's probably some bail. But they put him in prison a couple of times for trespassing on his land. Do you remember a Valerie Jean Marie that came to Barbados because her father died and there were improprieties surrounding his body and burial? She was in prison. She was in prison for weeks on end. This lady, Valerie Jean Marie, she was in prison when she came to Barbados and she was investigating her father's death. She asked a couple questions on social media and that, misuse act, computer misuse act. She was in prison. She went to prison. And then when she got out of prison, $10,000 bail. $10,000 bail to get her out of prison for investigating her father's death. She didn't hurt anyone. But now there's this Daniel Peter Johnson. I think you can see what he looks like. And you know what he's charged with, right? Raping a female. He raped a woman. He has been charged and he has not seen dads. He was offered bail right off the bat. $10,000 bail. $10,000 bail, and he doesn't need to go back to court until September. He has like 6 months to plan his strategy. Oh, she came on to me. Oh, she wanted it. Oh, this, and he has 6 months to plan exactly what he's going to say. Okay? He has a lot of time. They've given him a lot of time. You see what he looks like, correct? You see what he looks like. Now, $10,000 bail for raping, being accused of rape. And you get that if you type a certain something on the computer, or you get that if you walk around on your property, or you get that if you're picking up empty bottles. What are they telling you? What are they saying to you? If you can rape someone and get $10,000 bail without being remanded, no remand, no time for him to sit there and think about what he did, nothing like that. Instantly gets bail. He does not go up on remand. What are they saying to you? That it is just rape is not as important as picking up bottles? Rape is like on the same category as picking up empty bottles? Rape is like the same thing as walking around on your property. You're just walking around, you go outside and you walk around on your property. You mow the lawn. You may pick up little ends of things. So rape and doing that is on the same level? Going to Barbados to bury your dad or to investigate certain things around his death, is that on par with raping someone? What is going on in Barbados? How did Daniel Peter Johnson not get sent up on remand? Look at him. What is different from all the pictures I have here? What is different from all the photos I have here? You be the judge. This is Veronica. Shay Veronica. Back sometime in 2021, Samara Bristol went missing in Barbados. People heard her screaming and no one dialed the White Stripe to come and assist her. No one dialed for help. She was in distress. She lost her life. I told your police to go to search the dump. That's where she laid. Roger Seeley was subsequently picked up. He was the ex-boyfriend of Samara's mother. They had a bad breakup. Samara was there. Samara was supposed to leave Barbados earlier, but she stayed on her mother's business to change the locks and the situation at where the house was and where Roger Seeley had entrance. He can come and go as he liked, and she was there to change the locks. And when she was doing her mother's business, he is alleged to have killed her. He is accused of killing her. It was not his first time at the rodeo. Okay, there's a video out. I put this all out. There's a video out of Roger Seeley talking about inserting boogaloo's in other inmates' penises up there in Hotel Dodds. He was very, very proud of that profession that he had while he was incarcerated at that time. It is not the first time he has been accused of killing. But guess what? He went before some judge there in Barbados and they gave him bail. Roger Seeley is on a street next to where you live. Roger Seeley may show up in the supermarket. Roger Seeley is walking maybe in Bridgetown. Now, as I speak, Roger Seeley could be sitting in a bus next to you. Roger Seeley is out on bail. Roger Seeley is out on bail after being accused of serious crimes in Barbados. Roger Seeley is out on bail. May Samara Bristol continue to rest in eternal peace. I wonder what her mom is going to be thinking now that her ex-boyfriend, who killed her daughter while her daughter remained in Barbados over time to take care of something that the mother should have taken care of. How is she feeling knowing now that Roger Seeley made bail? Roger Seeley is out of Dodds. He is out of Hotel St. Philip. Roger Seeley is walking the streets of Barbados. Roger Seeley is out on bail. This is Shay Veronica. Hi, this is Shay Veronica. St. Elmo Lewis is in your news talking about being raped by the spirit of homosexuality, and he joined the Seventh-day Adventist Church. Well, that would be the worst place to go if you are gripped by any kind of sexual spirit, because if you ever have been to the Seventh-day Adventist Church, you know that grip of sexuality is staunch within the corridors of the Seventh-day Adventist Church. Now, his grip by the Spirit was homosexuality, and you would have thought that he would go into the priesthood in Barbados. In Barbados, all over the world, priests are being called out for touching and doing improprieties to young boys. In Barbados, it has never happened. And if it has, they don't talk about it. They sweep it under the carpet. It is like just another day in Barbados. So if this guy really wanted to hide within the confines of some sort of religion, he would have thought about going into the Catholic Church. But St. Elmo Wilbert Lewis says that although he cannot resist little boys, he cannot resist them, he's gripped by the spirit spirit of homosexuality. Nicely put, isn't it? Gripped by the spirit of homosexuality. He says he doesn't force them. So if a little boy is accusing him of trying to rape them or touching them and, whatever, he is denying that. He admits, I have a problem. I like little boys. I didn't get the education to become a priest. I did not get that education to become a priest, so I have to do it on the roadway. Pedophiles are all over Barbados, so, I just have to do what I have to do. I'm gripped by it. The Seventh-day Adventist Church did not help. And I could have told him that had he asked me. I could have told him that, not the Seventh-day Adventist Church. Not that one. But okay, so he is being accused of touching a 12-year-old, committing a serious indecency act against a 12-year-old boy. But he's saying that although he's gripped by that spirit, he's not aggressive. Once they resist his advances, he pulls away. He doesn't force himself on them. So we will see what is believed. We will see how much time he gets. If he gets any time, we will see. But St. Elmo Lewis, his last name is Lewis, his first name is St. Elmo. We shall see what happens to him, because if he had any sense, he would have become a priest and he would have been stationed in Barbados, because all over the world, priests are coming up and being pointed out and, being accused. But in Barbados, it's a safe haven. Barbados is a safe haven for Catholic priests. This is Veronica.